Hey there, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Athena here. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you all my new moon ritual, and I'm actually going to give you guys some tools as well to help you manifest things for the new month using the moon cycles. The new moon is a perfect time for introspection. It is a great time to take stock of where you're at from the previous moon cycle and plant the seeds of manifestation for the coming moon cycle and the solar cycle and beyond. I use the new moon as an opportunity to check in with myself, to take stock of what I've achieved in the recent moon cycle, and to set goals and intentions for the coming month. With the new moon, I usually, if I have time, like to perform a ritual. So the new moon ritual is different to the full moon ritual in that the new moon is a very feminine time. It's a time to go inward, and it's time for retrospection and also for gratitude and appreciation, differing from the full moon in the sense that a full moons are more of a masculine energy. It's a time of release and letting go. So on the new moon, I take an opportunity to do a ritual which really helps me prepare myself for the coming month and also for what I desire to manifest for the month and also for the year ahead. So I'm going to do a little ritual with you guys so you can see what I do for my little new moon ritual, and hopefully this will give you some ideas to add potentially to your current ritual or practice that you do for your own new moon ritual, or if you don't yet have a practice, it can be a little bit of inspiration for you. I do say that it is a very personal practice and there's no wrong way to do this. I think working with the energies especially is such an important thing, and just bearing in mind that the new moon is a time for manifestation, appreciation, and accepting what is. Whereas with a full moon, it is about release, letting go, and the full moon is about releasing things, becoming aware of what you wish to let go. To commence my new moon ritual, I like to start with a gratitude meditation, which really just sets the tone for this particular ritual. Getting the space of appreciation and gratitude is really important before we attempt to manifest new things. It's important that we appreciate what we do have and what we have received before we move on to attempting to manifest anything else. Important to understand that how that feeling appreciation for what you do have allows you to manifest more, because we can't really appreciate anything more if we don't appreciate what we already have. So once I've completed my little gratitude meditation, there are a few meditations on YouTube that you can use for this. I will also be releasing my own little series of meditations to help you guys along with your rituals as well, they're my personal meditations that I like to use, which I find really helpful and beneficial. So once I've completed my little meditation, I then like to sage all my crystals. The new moon is a great opportunity to really get things in order for the coming month. So I really like to cleanse my altar. I use homemade rose water that I've made myself, which is really lovely to cleanse your altar and cleanse any surfaces in your house. I also like to take this opportunity as a little prompt for myself to cleanse all of my crystals. I cleanse all of my crystals on the new moon. However, some of the crystals that I use, I like to cleanse a bit more often, especially the crystals that I do wear on a daily basis, as they are being used more often. So it's important to take care of those a little bit more. But the general crystals I use throughout my practice, I like to cleanse on the new moon. After I've completed my gratitude meditation, which really gets me in that space of appreciation and that heart-centeredness that is the energy of this new moon, I like to then actually physically write down a gratitude list of just some things that I feel appreciation for currently in my life that have come into my experience. It's just a really nice way of actually physically putting them out there into the universe as well. I think it's a lot more powerful than just thinking in your mind, I appreciate this particular thing. It's really, really nice to just write it down as well. So I'm going to take you guys through my little ritual for the new moon so you can follow along, even maybe do a little ritual with me, and so you can get some inspiration for your own practice. After I've completed my gratitude meditation, I'll write my little list down of the things that I do feel appreciation for presently in my experience. Yay! So you've wrote down your gratitude list, and I hope you're feeling really, really good. You're feeling gratitude, you're feeling appreciation, you're feeling all those juicy feels. Being in that place is really, really going to help you manifest the shit that you want in your life. You've got to be feeling good if you want to get in that zone of manifestation. Now that you're in that place of bliss and feeling really good, this is the perfect time to write down your intentions of what you desire to manifest for the coming moon cycle. After the new moon, it is the perfect opportunity to take action on your manifestations. But right now, in the present, with the new moon energy, it is about laying the foundation and planting those seeds. So on the new moon, it's not so much about manifesting, it's more about planning, laying that foundation and planting those seeds of manifestation. And as we come out of the energy of the new moon, it will be a time to take action and work towards those desires. Manifestation is a lot about feeling really, really good. That is our main focus when we want to manifest our desires. But we also need to take action. So we can't just write it and say, this is what we desire, this is what we want to manifest for the coming month. But also then after the new moon, taking those steps, taking that action, not getting caught up in the how it's going to happen, more just focusing on, this is what I desire. What steps right now can I take to work towards that desire, and trust that things will fall into place for you. You do not have to have everything worked out. You just need to know what you want, focus on feeling good when you set those desires and intentions, and understand the first steps that you need to take to put those manifestations into action. Once I have set my intentions and I have put my manifestations out there to the universe, I take the opportunity to sage my crystals. I've previously filmed a video that is up on my channel to show you guys how to cleanse, program, and charge your crystals. This is something that I do use around the new moon time, is really cleansing and programming my crystals. With cleansing my crystals, I prefer to use white sage. However, there are a number of options that you can use. I will just say, please ensure when you're using white sage that it is ethically sourced. If you don't have white sage available or you choose not to use it, you can also use a crystal selenite, which is a really great crystal to use for cleansing. It is a crystal, it doesn't actually need cleansing itself, and it does cleanse your other crystals, which is fantastic. I personally just like to use white sage because it helps me visualize while cleansing my crystals. So I will just light my sage, and obviously over a heat-proof surface, and just ensure that you're doing this in a safe space. And yeah, so once my sage is lit, I will get my crystal and I will actually put it over the smoke of the sage and visualize all the energies, any dense, stuck, negative energies being released from the crystal. How I tell that my crystal has been cleansed is that rather than the smoke enveloping the crystal, it actually moves away from the crystal. So you can see now that the smoke is actually moving away from the crystal. It's no longer enveloping it. And I will do that with all my crystals. Once I've finished my new moon ritual, I like to cleanse myself with some sage, and I will recite some affirmations for how I want to feel for the coming month. We're still in that very juicy manifestation mode, so now's a great opportunity to express affirmations about how you want to feel for the coming month. So I would say things to myself as I'm cleansing myself of how I desire to feel. Very important when you are also reciting affirmations that they feel good for you to say as well, just as a little side note. And that you also, when you're speaking these affirmations, you're saying them in the present moment. So even if it is something that you don't feel right now, it is something you're desiring to manifest. So it's really important to speak them in the present, because that is how we're desiring to feel. And that is a very important part of manifesting too, is speaking as if it's already happened. So it's a really important when you're saying these things such as, I desire to feel confident, that you feel as you're saying this what it would feel like for you to be confident, or that I desire to feel abundant, feeling that frequency of abundance and freedom. It's really important when you're saying these affirmations that you really do your best to feel what they feel like, and that will really help to bring those manifestations quicker for you as well. So if you're in your new moon ritual, if you're desiring more abundance, which I know is a very common thing for a lot of people, I know it's a very common theme of my own manifestations, it's very important that you try and feel this in your life as much as possible. Because when you're feeling this energy of abundance, you're going to attract more of that to you. So when you are doing your new moon ritual, getting in that receiving mode of feeling what it feels like to be abundant, that feeling of freedom, the feeling of pleasure, of bliss, of knowing that everything that you desire is coming to you is a very important part of manifesting. So the new moon ritual is a very potent time to focus on these feelings, these desires, and what you're wanting to manifest. Thank you so much for watching this episode. It's been so fun doing my little ritual with you guys. I hope that it will be a great foundational tool for you to add into your current practice, or if you don't yet have one, to incorporate that and make it your own. Thank you so much for watching. This is Athena.